When you think of dangerous gangs, what comes to mind? Tough guys with tattoos? Men in sharp suits running crime families? Well, think again. Today, we're diving into a world that's rarely talked about. The most dangerous women gangs on Earth. From master manipulators to ruthless leaders, these female-run organizations have left their bloody mark on history. Some operated in plain sight, others in shadows, but all share one thing. They're just as lethal as their male counterparts, if not more. So buckle up, this isn't your typical true crime story. Number 15. The Numbers Ladies, Chicago. Back in the 1970s, while most folks were busy watching Happy Days on TV, a group of unassuming women were running one of Chicago's most profitable criminal enterprises. The Numbers Ladies weren't your typical gangsters. They were mothers, grandmothers, and respected churchgoers. But behind their innocent facade, they controlled the South Side's illegal lottery system with an iron fist. Led by Big Mama Louise Madison, these women moved millions through neighborhood betting operations. But here's the crazy part. They were so deeply connected to their community that even local cops would place bets with them. Their power? Information. Every grandmother, hairdresser, and shopkeeper in their network was an eyes and ears on the street. Cross them and suddenly, you couldn't get a haircut, your groceries would disappear, and your kids wouldn't get watched. Now that's what I call neighborhood influence. Some say their operations still run today, hidden behind bingo nights and church fundraisers. Number 14. Las Flacas, Mexico. You might think being called the Skinny Girls doesn't sound very threatening. Well, tell that to the dozen cartel members who underestimated this deadly group of female assassins. Operating along the Mexico-US border, Las Flacas gained notoriety for their signature kill style. They'd dress up like high-end escorts, infiltrate cartel parties, and eliminate their targets without anyone realizing what hit them. These women weren't just killers, they were masters of disguise and manipulation. Using their beauty as a weapon, they could slip past security that would stop the most hardened male assassins. But here's the terrifying part. No one knows exactly how many members they have or who they really work for. Some say they're independent, others believe they're an elite unit of a larger cartel. One thing's for sure. If you're at a party and spot an unusually beautiful woman who seems too perfect to be real, you might want to leave. Fast. Number 13. The Black Widows of Moscow. In the early 2000s, Moscow's insurance companies noticed something strange. A group of middle-aged women had all lost their husbands in accidental deaths, collecting millions in life insurance. Meet the Black Widows, a gang of Russian grandmothers who turned murder into a business. Their leader, Olga the Witch Petrova, ran a Lonely Hearts Club targeting wealthy men. But here's where it gets dark. They'd marry their targets, take out massive insurance policies, and then, well, let's just say their cooking was to die for. Literally. The gang got away with over 20 murders before someone finally caught on. The scariest part? Police believe many of their recipes for the perfect murder were never discovered, and some of their members are still out there, maybe running another Lonely Hearts Club somewhere. Would you dare to go on a date with a mysterious Russian grandmother? Number 12. The Needle Girls, Hong Kong. Picture this. High-end beauty salons in Hong Kong's most luxurious neighborhoods. Perfectly manicured women giving facials and massages to the city's elite. Sounds relaxing, right? Wrong. The Needle Girls turned cosmetic procedures into a weapon of extortion. Led by Madame Chen, the beautifier Wong, these licensed estheticians targeted wealthy clients, secretly recording their most intimate conversations during treatments. But that was just the start. Their real money came from a twisted form of blackmail, injecting cheap, dangerous fillers into their victims' faces, then demanding regular payments for the antidote to prevent disfigurement. By 2015, they controlled over 40 salons across Asia, and their client list reportedly included celebrities, politicians, and even royalty. The scariest part? Some say they're still operating, now disguised as legitimate medical spas. Next time you book a facial in Hong Kong, you might want to check those credentials extra carefully. Number 11. Las Patronas, Colombia. Everyone's heard of Pablo Escobar, but few know about Las Patronas, the all-female gang that outsmarted him at his own game. These former housekeepers and nannies used their invisible status to build the most sophisticated drug trafficking network in South America. While cartel bosses were busy shooting each other in the streets, Las Patronas quietly moved product through an army of maids, cleaning ladies, and babysitters working in wealthy homes. Their genius? No one suspects the cleaning lady. Police estimate they smuggled over $2 billion worth of cocaine, using everything from vacuum cleaner bags to baby formula containers. Their leader, known only as La Jefa, was never caught. Some say she retired to a luxury villa. Others believe she's still running operations, hiding in plain sight as someone's sweet old housekeeper. Would you look at your cleaning service differently now? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Red Butterflies, Japan. Don't let the pretty name fool you. The Red Butterflies turned Tokyo's hostess club scene into a criminal empire. Starting as a group of hostesses fighting back against abusive clients, they evolved into something much darker. Their specialty? Using their charm and beauty to manipulate wealthy men into revealing corporate secrets, then using that information for massive stock market fraud. Led by the mysterious Madame Butterfly, they reportedly stole over $100 million through insider trading. But here's the twist. They also ran an underground network helping women escape abusive situations, making them both heroes and villains in Tokyo's underworld. Their trademark was leaving a red origami butterfly at the scene of their biggest scams. The gang seemed to vanish in 2018, but some say they just went digital, running sophisticated crypto scams from behind their screens. If you ever see a red butterfly pop up on your trading app, well, you might want to check your crypto wallet. We're halfway through our countdown, and things are about to get even crazier. Trust me, you won't believe number 1. Number 9. The Garden Club, Australia. You'd never suspect a group of award-winning florists to be running one of Australia's deadliest poison rings. The Garden Club, led by Granny Green Thumb, Margaret Wells, turned their botanical knowledge into a lethal business. These sweet-looking grandmas grew some of the world's most dangerous plants right in their prize-winning gardens. Need someone gone? Just order their special sympathy bouquet. Police caught on only after dozens of mysterious deaths were linked to their perfectly arranged flowers. But here's the disturbing part. They had customers worldwide, including high-ranking politicians and business tycoons. When the police finally raided their gardens in 2019, they found detailed records of over 200 arrangements. Even creepier, only half the victims were ever identified. Some say their secret flower code book is still out there, passed down to a new generation of deadly gardeners. Next time you get flowers from a little old lady, maybe think twice before smelling them. Number 8. The Ghost Girls, South Korea. In the world of cybercrime, they're called the Untouchables. The Ghost Girls started as teenage hackers in Seoul's underground gaming cafes. Now, they're the most feared digital gang on Earth. Their specialty? Making people disappear, not physically, but digitally. In just 24 hours, they can erase every trace of your existence. Bank accounts, social media, medical records, everything. Gone. Their leader, known only as Binary Queen, never shows her face, communicating purely through encrypted code. But what makes them truly dangerous is their network of insiders at major tech companies. In 2021, they allegedly held a major cryptocurrency exchange hostage for 48 hours, walking away with billions in untraceable digital currency. The scariest part? They might be watching you right now. Are you sure that last app you downloaded wasn't their way in? Double tap if you're checking your phone security after hearing this. Number 7. The Kitchen Queens. Italy, forget the male-dominated Italian mafia. Meet the real bosses of Naples. The Kitchen Queens built their empire through the city's restaurants, but their secret ingredient wasn't just good cooking. Led by Mama Rosa Ricci, these former restaurant owners created a network that controlled everything from food supplies to waste management. Their power move? Using their connections to smuggle drugs through olive oil shipments and weapon parts in imported cheese wheels. But what made them truly feared was their signature warning. If you crossed them, you'd find your restaurant suddenly serving food that made everyone mysteriously ill. Health inspectors, all on their payroll. By 2017, they controlled over 60% of Naples' food industry. Some say they've gone legitimate, but locals know better. If you want to open a restaurant in Naples, you still need Mama Rosa's recipe for success. Anyone else suddenly wondering about their local Italian restaurant's suppliers? Share your thoughts below. Number 6. The Lipstick Syndicate. Russia ever heard of multi-level marketing? Well, these ladies took it to a whole new level. The Lipstick Syndicate started as a legitimate beauty company in Moscow, but under their charismatic leader, the entrepreneur Elena Volkova, it became something far more sinister. On the surface, they sold makeup. Behind the scenes, they ran the largest female-led money laundering operation in Eastern Europe. Their genius? Recruiting thousands of ordinary women as beauty consultants who unknowingly moved dirty money through cosmetic sales. But if any of these women got suspicious and tried to quit, let's just say their next makeup sample might contain something extra nasty. The FBI estimates they cleaned over $5 billion before seemingly disappearing in 2020. But here's the thing. Beauty companies are still popping up all over Russia with the same business model. Coincidence? Number 5. The Kindergarten Cartel, Mexico. This one's going to make you think twice about parent-teacher meetings. Running a chain of prestigious private schools across Mexico City, these former teachers found a way to make education really pay by using their schools as intelligence-gathering centers for cartels. Led by La Directora, Carmen Ortiz, they gathered dirt on the children of politicians, judges, and rival cartel members. Their power? Nobody suspects the friendly kindergarten teacher taking pictures at your kid's birthday party. But their real money came from using school supply shipments to move drugs across borders. After all, who searches a truck full of crayons and finger paint? When authorities finally caught on in 2021, they discovered hidden cameras in every classroom and detailed files on thousands of families. The terrifying part? Most of their teachers never knew they were part of it. Some say La Directora is still out there, maybe running a nice little preschool in your neighborhood. Number 4. The Golden Needles, China. Think fast fashion is just about cheap clothes? Think again. The Golden Needles started in Hong Kong's garment district, but quickly stitched together something far more dangerous. Under the leadership of the designer Mrs. Zhang, they created a network of sweatshops that produced perfect counterfeits of luxury brands. But that was just their cover. Their real business? Using their clothing shipments to smuggle everything from drugs to weapons, even people. Their masterstroke? Training their seamstresses to weave top-secret corporate and government documents into the very fabric of knockoff designer clothes. By 2019, they controlled most of Asia's counterfeit fashion industry. But what made them truly feared was their brutal efficiency. Anyone who betrayed them would find themselves becoming part of next season's collection, if you know what I mean. The gang supposedly shut down after a massive police raid, but every time you see a too-good-to-be-true designer deal, well, the Golden Needles might still be threading their way through the fashion world. Number 3. The Silk Sisters, Thailand. Ever wonder how some high-end spas stay in business when they're always empty? Let me introduce you to the Silk Sisters, probably the most sophisticated human trafficking operation ever run by women. But here's the twist. They didn't target the usual victims. Instead, they went after the wealthy and powerful. Their specialty? Honey traps taken to a whole new level. Led by the infamous Madame Silk, they operated a chain of luxury wellness retreats across Southeast Asia. Rich clients would check in for relaxation, and some would never check out. But what made them truly terrifying was their blackmail archive. They didn't just gather dirt on their victims. They created entire fake lives and identities that could destroy someone with a single photo leak. By 2018, they allegedly controlled politicians, CEOs, and even royalty through their wellness programs. The craziest part? When international police finally raided their main facility in Bangkok, they found state-of-the-art medical equipment and files suggesting they were harvesting more than just information from their victims. To this day, most of their wellness centers are still operating under new management. But locals say if you look closely at certain high-end spa menus, the special treatments are still available, if you know the right code words. Number 2. The Sunday School Syndicate, Brazil. Picture this, a network of sweet church ladies running South America's largest drug empire. Sounds crazy, right? Well, meet the Sunday School Syndicate. These women turned their religious charity network into something straight out of a nightmare. Their leader, Santa Muerte Mama, Isabela Santos, started small, using church donations to launder cartel money. But soon, they realized their true power. Who would ever suspect a bus full of praying grandmas? By 2020, they had religious charities set up across 3 continents, moving everything from cocaine to conflict diamonds under the cover of missionary work. Their masterstroke? Training older women to act as drug mules, knowing airport security rarely suspects someone's dear old granny. But what made them truly feared was their enforcement method. Cross them, and your sins would mysteriously appear in next Sunday's sermon. Their network ran so deep that even when police tried to investigate, witnesses would suddenly find God and refuse to testify. The gang supposedly collapsed after a massive DEA operation in 2022, but here's the thing. Church attendance in certain South American cities has never been higher. And those sweet old ladies taking mission trips, they're still carrying something more powerful than just the good word. Number 1. The Medicare Murderers, United States. You're probably expecting some exotic international crime syndicate, right? Well, our number 1 spot goes to possibly the most dangerous women's gang operating right now, and they're hiding in plain sight in suburban America. The Medicare Murderers, as the FBI calls them, have turned healthcare fraud into an art form. But they're not just stealing money, they're taking lives. Led by a network of former nursing home administrators, these women have infiltrated healthcare facilities across the country. Their operation is terrifyingly simple. They take over struggling nursing homes and hospice centers, then slowly eliminate expensive patients while billing Medicare for their care. But that's just the surface. Their real money comes from selling patient data, medications, and even human organs on the black market. What makes them the most dangerous? Their body count. Conservative estimates suggest they're responsible for over 1,000 deaths annually, all disguised as natural causes. But here's the truly scary part. They're practically untouchable. When investigators get close, key witnesses suddenly need emergency medical care and never make it out of the hospital. Their network runs so deep that some experts believe they have members in every major healthcare facility in America. The FBI has been trying to crack this organization for years, but prosecutions are nearly impossible. After all, who's going to question why elderly patients in failing health passed away? Some agents believe their operation has now spread to regular hospitals and even pediatric care facilities. So next time you're in a hospital, take a close look at those administrative staff. They might be part of America's deadliest women's gang. Think this is just a conspiracy theory?